and puck it out. Four pages left. Then I will pull my roast out. Roast potatoes and chicken and stuff. Yeah. It's an encouragement to high functioning autistics who are in their teens and stuff, because sometimes, maybe in their early 20s. They sometimes struggle with that too. Just depends. So, carrying on. And we have the day off work because the Queen died last week. I haven't seen her since about December 2020. The most previous year. Anyway, she had a son who was nearly 5 years old at that stage, to a man who's been on drugs since I met him back in 2013, and he beat her up a few times. At one stage, dislocating her shoulder, but she kept telling me to stay out of it. She has cousins who have been in and out of jail, and she has siblings which are in a gang, which I will not mention because I don't want to give them any clout by being mentioned in this book. These are some stupid rules though, because she was watching action movies and loved to quote Tony Montana towards me. She used to say these quotes with a big smile on her face. And my response would be, God is on my side. He shouldn't be hitting you like that. Therefore, God is on my side. Therefore, I will win. But then she would tell me that she's all good and there's nothing to worry about. Stay out of it. Anyway, she was shocked when I told her that I was moving to another region. She was one of my 3 Jennies. Different stage periods. But this script is different because I met them at different stages of my life. But these were my struggling years. Yes, I graduated both my bachelor's degree in Māori studies and my national certificate in youth studies, but I hadn't accepted my Asperger's syndrome, nor had I found stable employment. I hadn't started any successful side hustles or businesses. They all failed. I still haven't. Try. And looking back, they were actually sabotaged. Acting, singing, songwriting, which I stopped back in 2012. But now I'm back at it. And my books are being written and spoken by me. And I work full time. And I have plans for starting another side hustle. And they would be wasting their time if they ever came to visit me. I mean, I never had sex with them. Different stages here, different one. So I'd like to lay the pipe. I'd like to lay the pipe, but I don't want them to get any clout or money from me. Neither do I want them to bring any drama just because I cut them off or let them back in. It says. I have a new group of friends now, and they are not invited. So for any other of you Jennies out there, this forest ain't biting and ain't having a part of it. And if you watch the movie, you will see that you are the dumbass and not him. Not me either. My confidence is continuing to rise. And I know as a matter of fact that I will be very, very successful. Now, going back to the whole toilet thing, my current boss revealed my... Okay, so this, okay, so I've had bullies in the past. They were talking trash about me, about jobs where I was doing good, different, there's 2 specific places. And now this time, they knew I was autistic, but they didn't know how to speak to me but the boss has got a godson who's autistic, and he's experienced. So they were telling him to tell me these things, and so we had a group meeting because I called them out for talking trash about me behind my back, more like talking shit. But kids. And it turned out that that was the situation. And then when they did this whole comparing my work to their work and all this, it was proven through, through observation and through things like that I actually am slower at learning the job in regards to everyone else there. So this particular job, this wasn't trash talk. It was the other jobs that, So now that's the situation. Now you can hear what I wrote. And my thinking was before this happened. So I obviously didn't put it out, just wrote it, but then we ended up dealing with it at work, and it's different than what I thought this time around. So my confidence is continuing to rise, and I know as a matter of fact that I will be very, very successful. Now, going back to the whole toilet thing, my current boss revealed my personal suspicions to be true. My co-workers have been talking trash about me behind my back. But don't worry, this doesn't take me by surprise, because if you're doing well, a lot of people like to talk trash to make themselves feel better about themselves. This time they were talking trash about me playing on my phone when I go to the toilet. That's why I was taking half an hour. But the only reasons why I check my phone whilst I'm working these years is because I have a daily goal of taking at least 20,000 steps on my work day, not including walking after work. Now I'm merciful towards myself if I have been doing a lot more forklift work that day. I've actually been drawn to 3 Jennies, but one I haven't had anything to do with since high school. Another I've had nothing to do with since 2015, and the other I haven't had anything to do with since December 2020. The one for high school times cut me off for good. She handed it to me, my ass. But here's a reverse situation. But the one that I cut off in 2015, I cut off. Never had anything to do with her since. Bumped into her a couple of times, but I just avoided her. Because we were living in the same region. A number of times though, but I just crossed the street or something. So I cut off. And the one that I cut off in December 2020 or thereabouts, I cut off. I have also denied and even cut off other random Jennies whom I may have met whilst I was out and about 2 or 3 times, and they just blew me off because either they were busy with what they had to do, or they viewed me as a waste of their time, or they were trying to play a game on me. I don't know. But then they would pop up out of nowhere when things were better, and I would be polite to them and acknowledge them, but then I'd just go about my day. Because it's like, nah, I don't want to waste my time on that. Anyway, about the whole toilet and dietary supplements thing. My current boss asked me why I was taking half an hour in the toilet, and he brought it up that my co-workers were talking trash about me spending half an hour in the toilet. They're not talking trash, because I was playing on my phone. But these years, since like 2016 onwards up until about 2021, I would have my phone in my bag. But nowadays, I only check it to check my pedometer, or it's because I'm checking the time because either work has been slow or I'm predicting that smoko is soon. I rang the doctors and described my toilet situation, and I described my bowel movements and all of the above, and I mentioned to them that I have Asperger's syndrome. even though I haven't been diagnosed with it, because back in 2014, the doctor I was seeing at the time told me that I only had 7 out of the 10 traits, so he wouldn't give me the diagnosis. And then they asked me a series of questions. These ones asked me a series of questions, recent doctors. But this is like for the dietary stuff, not got to do with the whole exposure stuff. And they asked me a series of questions to which I gave an honest answer to every single one of them. And they said, no, we don't think you need any dietary supplements. Nor do we think there's anything wrong with your bowels or anything like that. You just have to set the timer every time you go to the toilet. You have to set the timer because of your autism. So that's chapter 6 done. One more chapter, chapter 7. From the long haul to the speedster. Ain't nobody got time for that. This goes way back. Ain't nobody got time for that. This goes way back. I ain't got time to waste. I've got time to rest, time to recollect, but not time to waste. Screw anybody who wants to screw with me. I'm done waiting my turn. I am done with other people's needs ahead of my own, and I'm done settling for less than what I deserve. Just because people think that I'm dumb and incapable of winning and getting ahead in life, just because people think I'm dumb and incapable of winning and getting ahead in life. I've been told this throughout my whole life. I don't believe it anymore. And for all of you who think it's not fair and you have an entitlement attitude and want to hold me down because you always got what you want, or you never got what you want, or because you think you're superior to me, or you think that you're inferior to me, or you're from some minority group who think white people are racist and don't have the right, that we don't have the right to achieve everything we want to achieve, or maybe you're a white man or woman who believes this crap, or maybe you're a woman and you don't like me because I'm a man, or maybe you don't like me because I'm a Māori, maybe you don't like me because I'm a Māori, or maybe you don't like me because you think I'm struggling, or maybe you don't like me because I'm debt free, or maybe you don't like me because I'm courageous, or maybe you don't like me because I'm confident. Maybe you don't like me because I'm a good book writer. Maybe you don't like me because you don't like my book writing style. Maybe you don't like me because I'm a good songwriter, singer, rapper, or whatever. Screw all of you. Screw you if you don't like me, and screw you if you want to limit my success and abundance. Screw all of you. Now, for all you wonderful, truthfully and authentically just like me, and want the best for yourselves, not just like me, but you don't have any hate or anything, and you just want the best for yourselves and all those around you, I will be able to spot you out from those who are putting on a show and pretending to be like that. I was always trying to do things well, as in I was always trying to do things well and fast, but things kept getting sabotaged. I would put my business ideas online to see who was interested, and other things online to see who was interested. I would post it on Facebook as a typed post, but I wouldn't promote it. Now I don't do written posts. I use recordings where it won't be summed up in one paragraph or less, and I promote it. And I will receive promotion from various websites and word of mouth. That's what the plan is. I'm not here to play around. I've done the healing. I've been to rock bottom multiple times throughout my life. And I've and I have taught and I am teaching all the lessons that I needed to teach in 5 out of the 7 areas where people treated me like crap. Well, the 7 most dominant ones. 7 that, made me want to do something about it ever since I was a teenager, But because of my situation for the short, immediate future, I need a car and I need money to get my side hustles happening and work on some of my natural strengths. Rather than teaching the lessons through things that used to be my weaknesses that now meet the requirements of an average person, and sometimes more than an average person, but most of the time just an average person. Now it's time for me to make money and to gain clout through my strengths. That is singing, rapping, songwriting, and writing in general, amongst other things. This takes time and money. So I don't know how I can become a black belt in Taekwondo and Krav Maga whilst doing all these things as well as working full time. But 2 areas where I still have my lessons to teach is through fighting and with women. And I aim to teach my lessons by becoming a black belt and by developing a good, strong, romantic, sexual relationship with a woman that I find attractive and making it work. So I know that this will go for years. How many years? I don't know. But how many years? I know it'll go for years. How many years? I don't know. But I will be known for at least 5 books, if not more. Well, 3. I'm going to promote these 3 on YouTube. And I will be known for my aims, 30 songs. And consistency is the key. These songs and books in my life as a whole has been and will contribute the lessons to society that are supposed to be taught in regards to autism. How society can interact with us and how we can better work with and relate to others, people who aren't autistics. Relationships are key. Relationships are life. But we as autistics must always remember that although our words and our actions do have an effect on those around us, this is our life. This is my life. And we and I will live you will live your, we will live our purpose, our purposes. We desire to be successful and happy and experience love as well. Just like everyone else deserves to experience all these things. By the way, I had a great walk tonight. The air was crisp. The birds sounded beautiful. The view was beautiful, standing on the road, on the side of the road. The forest on one side, farms on the other, and the city in the distant view. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was the best time of the day. Best time of this day. And I even got to smell some pine from pine trees. Then I came back home and wrote everything that I've just mentioned after writing and talking about developing a good, strong, romantic sexual relationship with a woman that I find attractive with and making it work. Okay, it is 9:25 p.m. on Monday the 26th of September 2022. 9:41 of October the 14th, 2022. As I read this to you, but it was 26th of September as I wrote it to you. And that's all for now. Good night. May you all be blessed in everything that you do, and you have good, strong, healthy relationships that are genuine and real. Good night. It's the end of rebellion against the body. See you all.